Right, awesome. So my name is Josiah Muriuki, and welcome to this session. And the goal of the session today is to empower all of us, but really even myself, to learn and get to understand the power of one of the greatest tools of networking in the 21st century. And in the world that we live in, they say that your network is your network. So today we are here to add a bit of our network to try and create professional networks and create professional connections. And I would want to request all of us that even as we continue, if you can, please share your LinkedIn link on the chat. That would be very helpful to you and to also the people who are on this call today. So I'll share my screen. I'll share my screen. There is a point where I'll pull down my screen and do a demonstrated presentation that is on my LinkedIn. So we will do that. And as I said, my name is Josiah, once again, Muriuki, that's the pronunciation. I come from Kenya, but I am a student. I am a postgraduate student at the University of Pretoria in South Africa. And in addition to that, I am also the executive director at Better Mentor Africa. And what we do at Better Mentor Africa is our goal is to empower young people, especially with a focus from Africa, but to access global opportunities. And as you would realize, we have a team of people that we work with, and I'll be doing a brief introduction of Better Mentor Africa, not really towards the team, but you're able to access and visit our website at bettermentorafrica.com. And it has been really a pleasure to be able to work with different people who are accessing different opportunities globally, not just from Africa, but from different parts of the world. And it is really an honor to utilize technology to make the world a better place. So, as I said, you can visit our website at bettermentorafrica.com. But someone would be asking then, what is Better Mentor Africa? Like, really, you're just talking about Better Mentor Africa. What is Better Mentor Africa? And in a brief way, Better Mentor Africa is a youth-led organization that exists to empower the next generation of leaders through access to global opportunities, career guidance, and leadership mentorship, including communication, coaching, and inspiring a value-based living. So our particular focus is on the African continent. That's where we focus on, but it's not all that we do. And because African continent is the backbone of the global society and economy, you'd realize that Africa is the continent that has the global youngest population. Africa is also the continent that is referred to as the world's breadbasket. It's the continent that has 60% of the global arable land. So we've been able to reach out to students from East Africa, which includes Kenya, Uganda, uh, Rwanda, Congo, and West Africa, Ghana, and South Africa. So in the past few years, we've been doing this under different umbrellas, but now it's all consolidated in one organization, which is Better Mentor Africa. And just to make it a bit spicy, it's that Better is an acronym, which means believing, education, transforming all. I believe that that is really inspirational. In our pillars include mentorship. We have in mentorship, we have career mentorship, value-based living, because wherever we go, it's our values that hold us, and personal branding, communication, which is a very essential tool in our professional growth, leadership, mentorship, and access to global opportunities. And I know that the main reason we are here is because of the last one. We all want to achieve and access global opportunities. So I'll move now to the presentation of today, and I want to make a few key facts about LinkedIn optimization. So LinkedIn, introduction to LinkedIn, probably before we go now to these facts, is that LinkedIn is the world largest, proven by research. LinkedIn is the world's largest CV bank. If someone wants to know about you, let's say you are in a conference or you are in a meeting, just anywhere, they will say, "Are you on LinkedIn?" You know, so nowadays the idea of carrying business cards and going with your email address or going with your phone number somewhere is almost being an idea that has been passed by time, and people now have all they need is access to your profile on LinkedIn, and then they can know, oh, you are this and that. And you're able to update your academic report progress. You're able to update your professional progress on LinkedIn. And most of all, is that LinkedIn is a free platform. As opposed to other social media platforms, LinkedIn is one of those platforms where you don't just get to connect with people, you get to connect with value that comes from people. There are people that have used LinkedIn to get scholarships, myself included. There are people who have used LinkedIn to get jobs. There are people who have used LinkedIn to get internships, fellowships, and so many other opportunities. But now today we want to see how is it that we can optimize? And optimization means making it of high value and use. So when we speak about LinkedIn optimization, the main goal is to make this platform work for you. And I know you're in a generation where people don't want to work. So now you can get a bit excited that at least a platform can work for you. All right. So a few facts that are very key on LinkedIn optimization are that when you have an optimized, and I have mentioned about optimization, so when you have an optimal or optimized LinkedIn platform, then you will have increased visibility. The next thing is that you will be able to showcase your skills. So we can discover you quickly. And when we discover you, we are able to see what is it that you are passionate about and what is it that is your skill. Second thing, probably just to give an example before I go to the third thing, it's actually not the second, it's the third thing. Just to give an example of what LinkedIn can do this week, this week that is ending, I don't know, weeks end on Saturday or Sunday, but debatable. But then it's a week that is ending either way. This week that is ending, someone just reached out to me and they were like, "Hi, Josiah, I hope you're fine." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm doing well." So they just went direct and said, "I have been following you on LinkedIn and I have seen the opportunities you've been sharing. Please keep up." But then, as if that was enough, they told me, "I've also discovered Better Mentor Africa and I would wish to know more about it." And then I was able to like explain and give them the link to our website. So it's an exciting place to be, such that when someone discovers you, then they're able to track back and see, oh, this person has actually been sharing opportunities. This person has actually been on a personal branding journey. This person has actually failed at some point. Actually, one of my most viral posts on LinkedIn that most people have seen is the post on an opportunity I missed. I thought those opportunities that I got are the ones that were going to go viral. Like, yeah, congratulations. But the one that I missed and the one that I addressed with a lot of, honor to the team that I failed to, the opportunity, that specific one, is the one that, most people are now seeing. So it's also not just a place to share your successes. It's also a place where you can share your failures and lessons. But actually, because we either win or learn. So you either have a win or you have a lesson from your experiences. So the other thing, or the third thing, apart from increased visibility or discoverability, and apart from showing your skills, the third thing that LinkedIn does is it helps you network, and you get a lot of benefits from networking. And let me just make a statement. In this life, it's not what you know, it's not who you know, it's what you know and who you know. It's both of them. So there is what you know. There is, I know I'm good at public speaking. I know that I am, probably good at mentorship. But then the question is, who then do I know? So it's the two things. And that is what LinkedIn does. You know this, I know this, I am passionate about this, and you are passionate about this, and then we meet on one platform. That is what LinkedIn is. And that is what I'm presenting now to you at this point. So, going on to the importance of ensuring that you have a complete LinkedIn profile. And as you would realize, on the side, there is some gears and trying to fix and trying to see how can we fix these gears to work. Because I know that everyone or most of us who are on this call today, you may have realized that, yeah, my LinkedIn is probably not optimized. My LinkedIn, I need to get more followers. And probably if I can give my own experience is for some weird reason, I lost my LinkedIn last year in January. And the weird reason is what? I was connecting with people, like really doing so much of connections, and the system detected that I probably was using an automation device. I can say this honestly, genuinely, and sincerely that I lost my profile. I wasn't using any automation device. But then, even after losing my LinkedIn profile, I was with like 6,000 followers by that time. It's 2024 January. And I was so devastated thinking about losing such a platform that has so many stories. And I wasn't able to even go read the stories because they weren't available. So I tried following it up, but I have learned so much to not cry over spilled milk. Really, I have learned from so many instances to not cry over spilled milk. So what did I do? I went on to create a new LinkedIn profile with the same credentials and started a journey to walk on my LinkedIn. What I actually think is like, as a Christian, I think God was preparing me on a journey to be like, yeah, I now know when I started my LinkedIn journey. I know very well that I started on the 26th of January 2024. In the 2 years, close to 2 years, because it's not yet 2 years, but in the 2 years, I've been able to build a profile. And now, at this point, I am at 9,800. The last time I checked, it was 9,825 followers. So you can imagine it's a journey that I began last year. And right now I'm at 9,000. I really don't do a lot, sort of reaching out to people and all that. But what I have realized is that I have a niche, and my niche is in posting and showcasing opportunities that are available for young people. So that is what I have been doing over that period of time. 9,000 isn't really a lot because I have friends who have like 100,000, but I'm on a journey to get there.
Here's
And
how I
as
keep
you
track
would
of it. Hold
realize,
on, hold on. I start by
sorry,
brain
someone
dumping
is
everything
unmuted.
I next, next.
Sorry for that. Let me just mute them. When you come in, please make sure that you're muted. Let me even set that. My sincere apologies for that. Mute participants upon entry and continue. Yeah, so that we also don't have a lot of distractions. Okay, so sorry for that. It happens. We are human. So I was saying that I am not at 100,000 plus, but I believe that a journey of 1,000 miles, begins with one step. So, in wisdom of what it is that is going on around the world, it is important for you to enhance your credibility. So, the importance of a complete profile. When I talk about a complete profile, I'll be going to the details just now. The importance of having a complete LinkedIn profile is that people are able to trust you as a brand. Remember, what we are building here is a brand. So people are able to trust you. And when we see what you do, when we see how you present yourself publicly in the online spaces, we are able to know this is John, this is Mary, this is James, this is Josiah. So that gives you a space where you can in a very authentic way, authentically showcase what you are capable of, who you are, and what you have been doing over the years. The next thing is visibility. As I said, it is not what you know and it is not who you know. It's a combination of both. It's a combination of who you know and what you know, and that gives you what we call perspective. How people perceive you, perception, perspective, you can call it any of the two, but how people perceive you dictates how they address you. It dictates what opportunities they give you. And I would say this because many times we are like, yeah, what they know about me doesn't matter. But what people know about you matters because if you have a group of friends and they are asked, could you please suggest to us someone who can speak to us about LinkedIn optimization? If those your friends cannot propose you, then it means that they don't know you for that. They probably know you for a bash, give us a hype man or a hype lady for a bash. If that is what they know of you, then that is a brand. And LinkedIn helps you to have the visibility of that in this sector, this person is good. This person is very good. And let me tell you something. It doesn't really matter if you have 100 likes, if you have 2 likes, but what matters is that you are creating day by day. And just to encourage someone who is like, yeah, but they are not seeing my posts, it's about to go down. You probably would know that from somewhere. But the point is, in a very clear way, is that the numbers can only keep increasing because people follow you for a certain reason. Tomorrow, they will not follow you again. Other people will follow you. So if you're at 24 followers today, the next time you realize you will be at 100, you will be at 1,000, you will actually will be bringing on people towards the end to just tell us about something they have learned through their LinkedIn journeys. And I believe that that will also really help us to prepare for what it is to be in the future. Then, apart from increasing visibility, the next thing is it boosts your chances of getting a job, getting an internship, getting an entrepreneurship grant if you are doing social entrepreneurship, or even getting clients. So, at Better Mentor Africa, we do scholarship mentorship. And part of it is an individualized consultancy whereby you come in as someone who probably is very green in application to scholarships, and then you reach out to us and we are able to take you through that. So in a way, that's part of what we call social entrepreneurship. But most of the people that have reached out to us have reached out because they have seen what we are doing on LinkedIn. And in essence, it is um, it is a very good space and place where you can start off without a lot of criticism as compared to other social media platforms. Let's now go on to more details about LinkedIn. It is important to have complete profile, but what does complete profile entail? Number one, a complete profile entails a clear headshot. And a professional clear headshot, that's a description. It can be a photo that is on a white background, blue background, plain background, essentially, and then covers, at least captures your head and your shoulders. What that does is that people relate to people. Secondly, people buy people. So if I am selling something online, the photo of me that other people have is what they will buy of who I am. So if I am presenting, let's say, a flower, I've seen people having a flower on their DP on LinkedIn. If I am presenting a house and I don't sell houses, if I am presenting, let's say, some green stuff and I'm not into green energy or something, I understand that some people are in green energy, but just giving examples. If that is not what I sell, then people will be like, this is just any other joker. But when you have a complete profile, firstly starting with a photo, so it has your headshot, and next thing, let it have a compelling headline. In the first 3 words of your headline, let us be able to see what it is that would encourage us or entice us to follow you or to connect with you. And apart from this, the next thing is that you are able to post. So in addition to a headline and your photo, you can now start posting. But then people ask me, Josiah, I don't know how to start posting on LinkedIn. I don't know what to talk about when I start posting on LinkedIn. And the question is, what do you know? Because all of us who are here know something. All of us who are here, at least it's not a must that you are an expert in that area. And it doesn't have to be your area of work or area of study. And I understand that some companies will censor what it is that you post online. So it doesn't have to be your work related stuff. It can literally be the last conversation you had with someone and it transformed your life. So you would be like, this and this day I had a conversation, if you wish to mention their name, and this is what they said, and this is what I understood or got from that conversation. It is as simple as that. But then what is your aim? Your aim is to have other people learn. You realize that there are people who write even 2 sentences on LinkedIn. There are others who write 3 paragraphs. At least nowadays it has put a word limit up to 3,000. You cannot write more than 3,000. But when you write a very long post, people tend not to read. But also you would realize that if it's an interesting conversation that you have started, or quote unquote controversial conversation, I would not advise that you go the controversial route, not unless you have, very high charisma that you're able to argue with people and not take it to heart. But when you have that conversation with people in different sectors, then what happens is that they have a perception of you. So don't post something that will not be creating your image. Next thing is it is able to engage your network. So when you posting something, when you are trying to put up a conversation. An example that I gave is the example of my own LinkedIn, where someone recently just commented and they were like, I like that resilience. But they have just read one post. That's what they saw resilience in. And it's a post that I had lost an opportunity. And I've actually realized that that route of sharing your failures is actually a very good way where you're able to be like, guys, it's not always flowery. Okay, don't fail too much so that you post too much of failures, but really fail post. At least tell the story of how much investment you had put in this opportunity to the point that you now thinking the whole world is crumbling down. But you're able to engage people, and apart from engaging them through posts, when you come across someone's profile and you see that you are interested in what they do, what you do is go to their inbox. But don't just go to their inbox and say it's good to connect. Actually, I will be honest with you. When someone says it's good to connect, I'm like, okay, fine, it's good to connect. But then when someone reaches out to me, I believe that we have a couple of people here who've reached out to me and with one or two, three things that they needed help with. And even though I may not be able to help, at least I can refer you to someone who is able to help. So the goal here is to link up with different people and expand your network. Third thing is when you are posting, apart from being able to engage your network and showcasing your expertise, it is important, very important on a different note, to ensure that you maintain consistency. Why do I say maintain consistency? Is because LinkedIn works on, I studied a topic on power last year, and it's a leadership development course. And in the lesson of power, the leadership development trainer told us, or we were talking about the different forms of power, and they said that power is most effective when it is least perceived. And the LinkedIn type of power is algorithmic power. So algorithmic power is the power of algorithms. You would realize that we are in an age where algorithms are ruling the world. So algorithms like TikTok, algorithms like Instagram, you normally would be having a conversation with someone about something, and then it's like they are listening to you. That's not proven, but you will go online, you go online and you will see posts or advertisements from the companies that, let's say you're talking about cars and you go see cars, or you will be searching something. This is proven. You'll be searching something on your search engine, and just by then, when you go on social media, you see that a post or an advertisement from that company. Why am I talking about that? I'm talking about that because there is power in algorithms. So the algorithms will favor your posts at one specific time. Two, the wording. So key wordings in your LinkedIn posts. Then that thing, tagging. Tagging actually should come first. Why? There are two sides of tagging. There is useful tagging and harmful tagging. So by tagging, I mean just at, and then Josiah Muriuki at, for example, Bill Gates, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation at. So mentioning someone else and ensuring that they can see. And good thing is that when you mention someone, it tells them so and so mentioned you. The useful part of tagging is that, for example, when I'm sharing opportunities, say for Chevening Scholarship or for Mastercard Foundation Scholarship, when I'm sharing those opportunities, what happens is I will share an opportunity, someone sees it, and the reason they see it is because I tagged that organization. Some organizations have very huge following. So when you tag them usefully, don't just tag, then they are able to be visible in larger spaces. On the other side, there is harmful tagging, where you tag so many people for no reason. You're trying to get your post on top of the algorithm. That doesn't work. And why do I say it doesn't work? Is because when you've tagged so many people, and even some of them you may not have known them, you probably just seen them on LinkedIn and you admire them, then that works against you. So it's important that the only and best way that you're able to grow tremendously is maintain consistency in your posts, in your content, and in your context. So understand who are the people that I want to reach. You don't have to reach the entire world. Who are the people that I want to reach? What is it that they consume? And when I say what they consume, is what content do they expect from me? I've gotten to a place where, as I told you, I have like 9,000 followers. It's really not a lot, as I told you, comparing to some of the people, even on this call, who have like very huge following. But then the question is, what do people expect from me? Because I've realized anytime I share an opportunity, people are liking, they're seeing it, impressions. There's some that get to 40,000 impressions. And as I said, I only have 9,000 followers, but the goal is to be visible. Consistency is one of the ways to be ensure that you're visible. How do you maintain consistency? Someone would ask. LinkedIn and like probably actually all the other social media are actually coping now. So on LinkedIn, you're able to schedule posts. So I'll show you just now, I'll do the demonstration of how to schedule posts. So I believe that this section, because it's one of the major concentrations, you really don't have to post. You can repost. And the good thing is that when you're reposting something, and then there's a place where it asks you, repost with your thoughts. The repost with your thoughts section, the system reads the post that you have reposted with your thoughts as a new post. So reposting is also a way. But what I have realized, if it's, let's say, the journey of reposting, it may take you so long because then the algorithm again will go for those who have original posts than those who have reposted posts with their thoughts. Look at things. Let's go to something else. So when you're engaging with others, and the photo just on my right, which I believe should also be your right, is people seated in one computer place, and it can be a lab, it can be an office, and just engaging. Some of them are engaging online, others are engaging with one another. This is to tell you that when you are building active engagements, don't just post and expect people will like your post. Really don't do that. It's a disservice to you. Don't just post and expect other people will like your post. Also, pay back, as you would like others to do to you, do to them as well. So it is in that space, it is in that uh, platform where someone commented. So there's someone, one person who I know that when I post, they're either the first or they are the second to like my post. They normally don't comment. They're either the first or the second to like. But then what I once saw their post, I was like, oh wow, it was a very good post. It was normally it's someone who doesn't post so much. So I just, oh wow, this is a very nice post. But because I have seen them somewhere in my, engagements, I saw a need to even just be like, oh wow, it was a congratulations. Congratulations, this is well deserved. Many times you will find that most people just tap. So LinkedIn has this prompt where it prompts you to comment on someone's post with just the words they have given you, like this is good, looks good, beautiful. If you see those one word things, someone has given a lot of thought. But when you see someone has posted or on your comment an entire paragraph, that's a thought. They have given thought to your post. Some advice on making sure that the search engine optimization works in your favor, or the algorithm once again works in your favor, is give the give the post visibility by putting in when someone comments on your post, respond to them. What that does is it shows this post, it's not dead. It's still alive. It's still continuing. So even if they haven't said so much and said congratulations, just say thank you. What that does is it keeps your post going. And impressions also continue increasing reactions and comments. Because remember what we are doing here is it's not what you know, it's not who you know, it's what you know and who knows you. I believe that's one of the things that we will get from this from. So I talked about tagging, and I would want to still mention that when you tag someone, and this is a very good infographic here, when you tag someone, this person is connected to so many other. When you tag someone else, this person is connected to so many others. So we are a web of human beings because none of us, no man is an island. So none of us exists on their own. None of us exists independently. But we all of us are people who know people who know people. I remember there was a question during COVID where they were saying, do you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody? And the chain continues. And it's who do you know and who in your network is at least well connected. So you tag me, but usefully. Remember, there is useful and harmful. And that takes me to the next point. When you tag in an irrelevant way, what that does is it shows people that you are not a credible person. If you know what influencers do on social media, they will probably just come and just put so many tags and it's really not useful. You see someone putting the FYP hashtag and with so many P's, what they're trying to do is they're trying to give that post visibility. Some of it works to their advantage because they don't care about what their brand looks like. But for some others, it doesn't. So, to all of us today, I would wish to request and implore that as you leave this session today, or probably even to people who will see this, let's say, the recording in the future, what I would wish to say is as you leave the session, make sure that when you're going to your LinkedIn to post or to give a thought on what it is that you would want people to know about you, you're not trying to make an image of someone else. You're not trying to be copy and paste. A warning is don't copy and paste AI generated stuff and paste on LinkedIn. Many times, people who are engaging with your post will find it out. Especially when you see a post that has some star emojis, has some emojis inside, a lot of inconsistency in the font, or it has so many hyphens. We all know how AI works. So if someone has used AI and they just went to ChatGPT and said, could you please give me 10 ways in which I can get a scholarship? And now they have just come and taken that, copied and pasted. Use AI, use AI clearly, use AI, but don't use AI for copy and paste. And if you want to land a job, don't also use AI to copy and paste a CV, copy and paste a cover letter. It is useful that you take time. Good things take time. And that is the same thing with your LinkedIn personal branding journey. So what I will do now is I will do a quick demonstration. I see we have a lot of conversations going on the chat that people are sharing their LinkedIn profile. Do well and follow people. And I would encourage that you also, apart from following people on LinkedIn, also share yours so that you are followed. And guys, please follow me. That's a like and follow. But really, when we are done with all this, I believe that this will be one of the useful connections and conversations that we've had for the 21st century in preparation for the future. So I'll spare around 5 minutes for questions, and so we can end at top of the hour. And I believe that we will have had an amazing conversation. So I'll just show you the back end, if I use that word, the back end of my LinkedIn profile. I just relogged into my LinkedIn because yesterday my I had cleared my browsing history. However, I still have access to the LinkedIn. But the essence of me sharing this is because I'm sharing this so that someone is able to learn, someone is able to see that actually whatever Josiah is talking about is possible. So it's the first thing that I do all the time when I am on LinkedIn. I check what opportunities are available. And how do I check what opportunities are available? Is I'm able to at least be in a space where I've followed people who share opportunities. That's number one. That's how you're able to access opportunities. So some of the people that share opportunities, let me share my screen. And oh wow, surprisingly, Betterment Africa is on top of my algorithm. But I had talked about this, so I don't need to talk about it a lot. And you would see that we have opportunities, and then I come and like. So the goal, first of all, is to come here. And I have, so this is what I see, what you guys don't see. But the goal is to have this section complete. So in the first three words, as I said, if you continue, you're able to see, okay, what does this person do? And in addition to that, have a very well defined about. You can always edit your about and engage with people, follow people, connect with people. And in this section, I'm actually inspired by some people who've done a very excellent, stellar job in this part, where you see someone has put, at least I've tried and put in photos because I teach physical sciences at the program called Pre-University Academy. And in addition to that, I'm able to also be in different spaces where I'm in leadership, and I'm also a student. So I've not updated my current program here, but I completed the honors program. And these are some of the skills that I was able to acquire. Then you're able to add your certifications and licenses, and you're able to add your volunteer experiences and skills that you have. So you can see I have like lots and lots of skills, and you're able to get recommendations. This is actually a conversation I had with a friend recently. I need to get that. And then these are awards that have been awarded, and people that have top voices, people that I have followed. So that's some of that information is things that you are able to see. But then when I get back to my feed, when I do a reload, the first thing that comes is, you see, global south opportunities. This is to show you that this person is someone I follow, Nina Evita, and uh, this is this is someone, or rather platform, that I haven't followed before. But because my friend, my connection has followed them, I'll get to see their. So it becomes a web, the web that I was showing all of us. So I believe that from this session, we are able to at least go out there and be empowered people who are working in spaces where we can make a difference and make an impact. So I want to stop my presentation there. And as I said, save 5 minutes for questions. So feel free to ask, inquire, make an ask, whatever it is, but really ask questions and let's engage. Probably what I would wish to do at this point is, I don't know if Caesar is here. Okay, Caesar is not. Okay, fine. Yeah, because Caesar has had a very interesting LinkedIn journey. If you look at his followership from June, when we had our last conversation, he had 240. If you can just go and search Caesar Drother, you will see his followership has grown from 200. Now he's at, I think, 2,000, you know? Yeah. So, yeah, I see a question. Shilan, go ahead. Feel free to
Thank
unmute.
you. Your LinkedIn page is really incredible. I really liked it. Just something,
Thank you.
is it okay to put a volunteer works in experience part or not?
You can put volunteer work in experience, that's okay. But then you can
Mm-hmm.
also put it in uh, volunteer, or you can put it in both. This is my advice. This is the reason as to why I know that's controversial, but this is the reason I advise. Most people, before they get to volunteer, because volunteer is down there, most people, before they get to volunteer, they will see the experience. And in essence, you actually gain the experience through the volunteer. That makes sense?
So you recommend that putting it in experience part is better.
In both. In both.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, thank you. Someone else who has a question? And please keep sharing your LinkedIn. I see those are conversations that are going on here. Okay, anyone else who has a question? Yes, Doreen.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation. I have a question concerning
Yes.
the use of portfolio, or maybe can I also place my recommendation letters, and where do I place them? If I have, maybe I
Mhm.
worked for an organization and they provided a recommendation letter. Is it
Yes.
advisable to place them on my LinkedIn profile? Even my CV, if I have, is it
Yes.
advisable that I can place my CV there so that in case a recruiter comes across my
Mhm.
profile, he or she
Yes.
can easily review the CV and, yes, just maybe decide whether, yeah. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you for that question. What I would say is when you have a recommendation letter for an organization you worked for, there is a section on the professional services or professional skills development. I mean, yeah, it's actually professional experience. Yes. And the professional experience section, there is a place that you will see you can upload media. So uploading media, what that means in itself, what that means is you can upload any document, any photo or video, I'm not sure, but I think photos and documents that can speak on your behalf. In addition to that, instead of uploading a recommendation letter, it is better for you to request someone that you worked with in that organization to recommend you. So I showed you the part where I was talking to my friend recently about where someone is able to recommend you for an opportunity or to say what you are good at. CV, I would not encourage you to put your CV on LinkedIn. I would say make your LinkedIn your CV. Like make it as good, so good. But it doesn't hurt to put your CV on LinkedIn. However, remember your CV has personal phone number, it has your email, some references. So you are exposing other people's information out here. And if you're staying in a place like South Africa, where I understand that there is something that is called the POPIA Act, which means Protection of Private Information Act, then you might find yourself in trouble. And we really don't want to find you in trouble. Yeah. And thank you for that question. I hope I answered your question, Doreen.
Yes, thank you. Just asking that, what if the person is not on LinkedIn, or maybe he or she is not active on LinkedIn? Can
If they
can
are
she or
not active, yeah, if they're not active on LinkedIn, they can write a letter for you, then you upload on the experience section since now you are the one on LinkedIn.
Okay, thank you very much.
You are welcome. Very welcome. Anyone else who has a question? You can even type on the chat if you wish. We have 1 more minute. Or anyone else who has um, something that you would want to. Yes, Dennis?
Thank you. I wanted to inquire about when you want to connect with a person, it says that
Yes.
you need to add a note. What's the difference
Yes.
between that and like this normal? Is it like a paid version of LinkedIn?
All right. Thank you for that. And especially thank you for noting that because this week I've had to have a conversation with someone as well on that part actually of adding a note. Something about people who have like huge following or people who are top voices or people who are very influential is that their pages usually have the add a note section where they ask you, do you know this person? The reason for that is because when this connection goes to them, and it's actually the professional way of networking, when you connect with someone on LinkedIn, it's better and easier. I like using those two words uh, because they go together. It's better and easier when you connect, when you connect, not just click connect, but really when you connect and let them know who you are. Why do I say that? I say that because when you have typed your introduction, this person who you are connecting with knows already who is Josiah, who is Dennis. So if you see it prompting you to add a note, just add a note and say, I have seen your great work. I would be happy. You can even introduce yourself. My name is Josiah. I am a student in the University of Victoria. I'm a Mandela Rhodes Scholar, MasterCard Foundation alumnus, and I am happy to connect with you. I believe that with the initiative that I run, Better Mentor Africa, I would highly benefit from your mentorship. Or you can also say that I have seen what you are doing. It's better when you acknowledge them before you tell them what you do. I have seen what you are doing with this and this, knowledge. I've seen what you're doing with this and this, and I would be happy to connect. I believe that that's helpful.
Yes,
Dennis,
yes,
hope I
yes,
answered your question. Yeah,
yes.
so thank you so much. And I believe that to all of us who have been here from the beginning to the very end, we've gotten useful and credible information. I can assure you that it's credible and that we will continue on building a brand. So probably to now close it off, what I would wish to say is that this is the first of many. This is the first of many conversations that we will be having. And within the network, the goal is to create one formidable network where we can give value and get value. So keep an eye on our website. I'll paste the link to our website on the chat. You can interact with our website. You can check what opportunities are available and what it is that you can also benefit. If you would wish to remain connected, please feel free to link up with myself, or you can connect or follow our LinkedIn profile. So feel free to reach out at any point along the way. And I know that it's really a journey, it's a journey where we are all becoming. And I believe that in the next couple of years, couple of days, we will have become, truly and clearly, we will have become something that we all desire. So my parting shot is make point to at least follow one or two people. Please don't just be the one to be followed. Follow one or two people from this network. And in addition to that, keep an eye because we will be having these conversations. And the goal is to equip us with skills and competences that will go a long way in empowering our professional journey and making at least what we are becoming, as I said, making what we are becoming be that it is the better version of us. So it is my hope that you're not the same way you came in. It is also my hope that you have gotten some new connection, and in addition to new connection, that you have new knowledge, and probably we can hear from one more person. What I will do is I will stop recording, but we can hear from one more person of, it can even be on record, one more person of something that you've learned. You can type it on the chat, or if you would want to say, you can just raise your hand and tell us. Is there anyone who wants to go? Someone who wants to say what they have learned? Okay, Dennis, you can go ahead. Feel free to unmute.
Thank you, thank you. So last year I was in Ghana, University of Ghana, and I saw a post of one of the professors there. So I was able
Yes.
to go and contact them and ask about that opportunity they had shared. So, and from the discussion,
Yes.
he told me to apply for the opportunity, and after I apply, they'll be able to do an interview with me and see like if I'm fit for that opportunities. So to
Yes.
cut the long story short, I was able to do the interview and I got like a mentorship session with people all over, like people in the US, people in Ghana, people in South Africa. And we are doing now like a mentorship on cancer biology and cancer research. Thank you. From LinkedIn. Hello, Josiah, can you hear me? Hello, people. Can you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Yes, yes. So from the session we had, I was able, just as I was saying, as I wait for Josiah to come back. So it's good to check, and when you see a person speaking, try to get their names and check them on LinkedIn and see what they're doing, and you're able to see like and to know what the professors or the people are passionate about, and you're able to reach them and ask them, can you mentor me, or like will you be in a position to help me apply for this opportunity? And you're good to go. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. I think what you guys didn't realize is that my internet went off and went back. Thank you so much, Dennis, for that. I believe that was a very good. I didn't hear the better part of it, but I had the Ghana part. I apologize. Yeah, but I believe that you shared your experience. Sincere apologies. Okay. Thank you. Anyone else? Or we can now close at this point. I tend to I tend to believe that we have all learned, and I saw the responses on the chat. And so my call to all of us is in the words of, this should be Maya Angelou. Yes, when you learn, teach. When you get, give. So since you all have learned, since we all have information gained becomes knowledge. Knowledge is power. So all of you are powerful. Now you are powerful. Go and share the knowledge. And when we have another session, I believe that it will be of great value that we get to join and learn. Thank you so much and have a blessed night. So stop recording, and you'll be able to access this on the Better Mentor Africa YouTube